What is going on, CREWMARU and Toy Canic fans? I feel like I am so unprepared for tonight. Um, it has been a day. It's been a busy day. Busy day of real work. Yeah. We got some repairs to do today. No guest tonight. I told you, like, whenever I started doing guests, that I wasn't going to be doing guests all the time, and then I ended up doing guests all the time, I guess. um, but anyways, they're good people. What's going on, Ori, Chris, Julian? Hope you guys had a good day. Just found out today that I gotta go back to working in the office starting Wednesday. So that means my work computer goes with me. So I gotta find a new way to do streams on Mondays for you guys. Got it up. What is it? I got a few laptop options I can try out. So let's see. Tonight I'm gonna be repairing a few things. Honestly, this right here is pretty cool. This right here comes from a mom who wanted me to fix her son's figure, and they are actually from Anchorage, Alaska. So I think that is super freaking cool. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm running a little slow today. I had a freaking update on my Streamlabs right before I fired this up, and then had to re-sign into everything, and then I had to gosh, I can't even talk right now. I had to set up a barber appointment for my beard and my hair, and then I had to like do all this two-step verification stuff. I was like, what is happening right now? Why? And I can't even remember how to like pin something to the top. Not report. This is this is literally me, man. Why is this thing's all, it's all silly. Oh, here we go. No, wait. Oh, the option just won't show up for me. Yeah, something went stupid with my with everything here, so things are just acting kind of weird tonight. So if you see any errors or any problems, do let me know. Anyways, let's get to it. Oh man, poor Steve. God bless. Oh no. Look at this. Mr. Rogers took a looks like he took a tumble here. Yeah, so since I gotta go back to the office, I'm getting everything in order to be able to work during lunch at my grandfather's house at my mobile station. So now I've got all my stuff in my mobile work bag. I found one of these. This is pretty cool. It's like a squared off bag, and I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. It's even got like spots on the inside. Usually I would keep my hammer on the inside here, but I don't know if I'm going to need it tonight. I'll just try to get myself kind of organized tonight. So that's going to be fun. Good times. Oh boy. Yeah, this is one of those really hard repairs. I love this Steve Rogers though. I actually own this Steve Rogers myself. I've even got the head. Look at that right there. Boom. It's one of my favorite costumes or outfits, uniforms, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I love this figure. It's unfortunate that this broke on him. And boy, this is going to be a fun one to fix. Just trying to see if I can't pop some things off here so they're not in my way. I've never fixed this one before, so this is going to be a new one. Let's see if I can't shed some light on the information, on the situation, on the information. All right, what do we got? Let's check out the chat before we get started. Let's see, what's up, Elm Street? Billy Moon, what's going on, Esteban? Brian Pena, Clayton Stevens, my man. Yeah, good deal. Got a lot of the usual crew in here. Glad you guys are here. Oscar Reynoso, what's up? Yeah, before I get started, I wanted to show off something really, really cool. Check this out. Oh, look at that bathroom urinal. Guys, how long do you think Bill will work before he begins having a conversation with chat? Never mind, I won't talk to the chat. Since bathroom urinal doesn't want me to talk to the chat, I'll just fix this. Figure in silence. Talk amongst yourselves. Is this what you want? Oh, looks like this has been glued. Well, I got something really, really cool to show off later. I'll wait until bathroom leaves, because he doesn't like when I talk to the chat. There we go. Cool. Yeah, Don, I did see that they're trying to bring him back as Cap. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I think I might be able to fix this without even detaching anything. I think what I want to do is we got to start by removing this. This looks like it's been super glued, which I don't remember being aware of that, which it's okay. This is normal. Yeah, I love this Captain America, man. I think this is the Age of Ultron Captain America, if I'm not mistaken. It's got my favorite unmasked head, and it's like it looks like a comic version of Chris Evans, and that's what I like the most. Like I know, I guess a lot of people obviously are gonna buy the MCU figures for the actor's likeness, which I understand that, but I really like it when I sometimes like it when they don't nail the, I don't know, like the actor's total likeness, but it's like more of a comic version of it. I've got a Kylo Ren from Mafex, and it's one of my favorites. And it doesn't look totally like Adam Driver, but it does resemble him in like a comic form, and I think that is really, really cool. So I think that's really fun. I think the Mezco Ghostbusters are a great example of that. They don't completely nail down the actors' likenesses, but they're like a perfect mix between the IDW comic Ghostbusters and the film versions, which is, you know, just amazing. I really like that. I think that's cool. In fact, I prefer that because then it just gives me more options for my sets. I do have some MCU figures, but I don't know. I'm thinking about getting rid of a bunch of them. I really only collected like some Guardian stuff, Ant-Man. I collected everything Ant-Man, and everything Ragnarok, and of course I got a Cap just because Cap's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna. Man, sorry guys, my camera is not even on you. I gotta make sure I zoom out a little bit every now and then. I don't see. Yeah, I wish. Now I do wish I could get a good Brie Larson head. That would be great. Clayton, like, thank you for telling me. Just figured that out. I need to like I need to get my, so since I'm gonna have to be using some different platforms and programs, the laptop I'll be using is actually got I have it because I bought a like a keyboard. It's a MIDI board, and it's got like I don't know. I think I could make my own music, and then maybe I could play like my own music, like have something playing in the background for these streams. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do here, I'm gonna try to find a smaller drill bit. Pardon me. Let's see, we got I think this is a 0.8. I'll use a 0.8. Hopefully this won't break off inside of it. And you know what? We might do one of those usual, I'm going to try to do one of the Billy shoots a tutorial while he does this. I feel like I've been letting you guys down on the tutorials lately. Give me just a second. I'm gonna set up this light here. You guys don't need to see my face lit up. Something just fell. I think a Baby Yoda fell down. I still don't call him Grogu. It's always gonna be Baby Yoda. This might put some light on the subject for you guys too. This could be cool. Brian. Brian Pena says, can your next guest be Sean Long, Shardamus Prime Friend, or Pixel Dan, and I made a 6 inches Nintendo Switch? No. No. I wouldn't be surprised if Shardamus would come on here. Me and Shardamus are good friends, but I'm not... This channel isn't for giant big names just to have giant big names on here. I think that's cool for those who do it, and I think that's fun. But I think it would be more fun. If I had Shardamus on here, I would ask him to talk about creating videos and whatnot. I'm not here to, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I want to bring on creators for the toy community, and while they do create YouTube videos and whatnot, I would like to bring and they do artistry. I'm not slamming them at all. But it's like, there's the giant names, and I'd rather bring in smaller names or people that don't get called on to every single, as the guest, always the guest. Like people are always want to see, Robo, and they're wanting to see Shardamus, they're wanting to see, D Amazing, and I love all those guys. I think they're fantastic. I'm actually really good friends with a lot of those guys, but I think they're there to generally push their brand, and I don't think this is going to do this. That wouldn't do anything for them for this channel. I don't have a big following anyways. So, I don't know if it makes sense for them to even come on here. I'd rather have like I said, the creators. There's just a few guys that I'd really like to bring on here that I think are really, really cool and interesting people. And, I want to get those guys, like I said, that don't have the big giant following. Obviously, Craig's just an old friend of mine, and I just wanted to catch up with Craig. That was really just a excuse to chat with him for a few hours, which is pretty cool. Captain McKay is just a fantastic guy, and honestly, I never got to talk to him face to face, and I wanted to do that. So it's kind of been more like I don't know, it's I want it to stay fun, and I don't want this to become a job. Yeah, like MCT Dog says, CREWMARU keeps it real. Like, I just want it to be chill. If a big name ever wants to have me on, I'm more than happy to get on there, because that's a cool way to promote my brand. They're already going to be getting their brand promoted because they are just that big. But I think I like keeping it small with you guys. I feel like I can answer every single question. Like Bathroom a minute ago, like joking around, like how long is it going to be before, like he knows what I'm about to do. I love that. And I can turn around and I can mess around with Bathroom. I can mess around with him. Or like I see Evan Moyer in here asking a question. Otaku Zero, yes, this is a figure art. See, I can answer every single question here generally. And I like that, man. I like the small group. I don't expect myself to ever get bigger than where we are now. Maybe a little bit bigger. Every now and then we get a good group going on in here, which is cool. But I see all the regular guys on here, and that's why we do this, man. I don't. I'm not. I've got a few big super chats on here from like the usual guys, and I think that's really cool. That's not something I push. Every now and then I'll try to push my masks a little bit just because I just think it'd be cool to get those in y'all's hands. Um, I'd give all of them away if I could, but those cost money to make and they don't grow on trees, unfortunately. Um, it's funny you say Rocco. I knew Rocco a long time ago. Um, I haven't talked to him in a really long time, man. I don't even know what he's up to these days. I don't keep up with like a lot of people though, unfortunately. Man, yeah, I can't pin my own deal to the top. I used to be able to pin my messages to the top here, but it looks like I can't do that anymore. Something, like I said, something went on tonight. Something weird happened. Okay, so you said do a live with Ori Omega? Yeah, I would do that. That would be awesome. Ori's awesome. Ori would actually keep the crowd so entertained just by showing off his collection. His collection has actually inspired me to. I'm starting to try to dwindle down. You guys are going to be seeing probably a lot of figures for sale, a lot of Marvel Legends for sale. I'm going to be selling a lot of toys pretty soon. So if you guys are looking for some figures, I'm going to be selling them. Some at great prices, some at prices you're probably like, I ain't paying that. And you don't have to, which is awesome. But yeah, I would have Ori on in a heartbeat. And I know he'd do it too. We already, we chat just like regular, just on the regular anyways. So, hell, me and Ori hung out yesterday in person. So, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, so let's see. How do I want to start this? How do I want to start this? Um, yeah, Ori would love to have me as a guest in this channel. Like he will conduct the interview. That's how that's gonna happen. The world laughs. I sell all my stuff on Instagram. It's the easiest way for me, and I found it's the best. It's just the best for me. Everything I generally sell almost everything I need, and then I've got a local toy store that we go to that I can actually bring all the rest there and just get rid of it all. So whatever doesn't sell to my friends and random people on the internet, I can just go on back and send them out, which is pretty cool. All right, so guys, I'm gonna talk like you guys haven't even heard me say this. I'm gonna do this whole tutorial thing. I am stumbling and just stuttering tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. Ugh, I'm just kind of tired tonight, guys. So bear with me. Be cool like you always are, and we're gonna get through this night together. What's going on, Toy Canic and CREWMARU fans? I've got a Figuarts figure today from a pretty cool client in Anchorage, Alaska, which is pretty awesome. Her son broke his figure here. Well, at least this is her son's figure. I don't know if he actually broke it, but it looks like it's been attempted to be repaired with some super glue. And luckily, whoever did this looks like they have experience with super glue because it's not all over the place. Let me get this for you guys so while I'm doing this, you can see what I'm doing too. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically reattach this ball here. You can see that this is stuck inside. So what I'm going to do is take this 0.8 drill bit here, and I'm going to drill a small hole because I can't really pluck this thing out without messing up the integrity of the hard plastic casing around it. So what I can do is drill a hole. And you'll notice while I was drilling, it actually pushed in the butterfly joint here. So I had to be kind of careful with that and just kind of roll with it. Let's see how Okay, so the ball's still moving. So that's interesting. It must just be in here way too tight, and that's a shame. I personally love this figure. So what we got to do now is figure out how to get this out. How do we get that out, Bill Baru? That's what we're asking. Well, I'll tell you. We're going to take this tiny eye hook, and we just made a hole in here, right? Now, this is a 1 millimeter sized eye hook. What we just did was we made a 0.8 millimeter hole, which is what we generally want to do. So we're gonna make sure that this connects, and we're gonna put this in fairly far, so it's got a good chance to connect. And we've made a really good connection in here. So this is kind of a double-edged sword here. What we've done is we've made good contact inside the hole here with this screw. So the point of this is we're going to now grip this, and we're going to pull out the ball that broke off. The problem is that if you've seen one of my other past tutorials, this is a good way to basically expand plastic. What you have to do is you drill a hole through it, and you basically drill a smaller hole than what the screw size is. And what that does is it slightly expands out that plastic and can give you a tighter fit. I did it on the Mafex Shazam figure. So anyways, what we're going to do here is we're going to take this, and we're going to be very careful, because like I said before, what this was doing was it's going to pull your butterfly joint. And since this is in there so tight, and I can see that it's moving, so that's good. We want to kind of put our thumb here and brace it so it doesn't pluck out the butterfly joint. Oh man, so this is really in there. This actually just almost straightened the screw that we have here. So we need to get a really good grip, and we're gonna pull. There we go, and that got her out. So that's where our problem lies, right there. That should not have been that hard to get out. Now, obviously, you don't want this thing to just plop out at any point, but yeah, what's happened here is this is just way too either small inside, or it's too big on the outside. So what we're gonna do, since we've removed it, now we actually need to. We're going to back this up, and we're actually going to go on the opposite side here in a second. So since we've got the ball out, we're going to unscrew it. Okay. And then we're actually going to take this. Now, I love these pliers right here. These things are amazing. And I've showed these off a few times. If anything ever happens to these, I've got to get me some new ones. So why I love these is because they've got a divot right here, and it's got this little curve on both sides, and it's great for ball shaped or spherical shaped pieces like this. If you try to grip one of these in the regular smaller needle nose or regular pliers, generally it can shoot out like a rocket. We don't want to do that, and then you've lost this, and that's just you just want to cry. You want to go to bed and cry. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and drill all the way through the hole that we've made. All the way through. I'm going to try not to break our drill bit, which can happen. And because what we're about to do is we're going to go through this side next. We're about to straighten out a screw here, and we're going to go through this. We're going to drill a hole here, and we're going to put the ball back in. In order for this to work properly, though, what we're going to have to do is we're going to either have to make the mass of this ball go down, or we're going to have to drill a hole inside of here. I think I'm going to drill a hole inside of here to make this a little bigger. It makes me feel a little bit better. We're going to want the tension to die down in this guy. And plus, whenever I pop that in, I want it to be just less. I don't want it to be too hard to press that in. I'd rather this come out with some pressure than just fall out, or to be stuck in there and as soon as it gets bent, this screw gives way and comes undone and the whole repair is basically ruined. So what we're going to do here, I'm not going to use the same screw that I just used a minute ago just because this was basically just used to pull this guy out. I don't know if the integrity of this thing has been messed up since we did pull it out a little bit, and you can see that this, you know, opened up compared to this one here. So now what we're going to do is our old trick where we straighten this guy out. And I'm going to need another set of needle nose pliers. I like to do this, so I like to straighten this out with 2 needle nose pliers. I like to grab here and pull out like that. We're going to take this here. Okay. That straightens that out a little bit. And then we're going to try to get this little curve to straighten out. And you just do a little bit at a time. You don't want to just go crazy and keep bending it back and forth because it can break. So this is going to be more than enough. Seeing that we're about to put it all the way through here. And basically what we want it to do is to go all the way through. So we'll test it first before we put any glue here. And that's getting pretty tight, so that's good. If it's incredibly tight, you don't want to do that because it can twist the screw and break it off inside. You don't want to do that. So this is good. You know when it's a good tension. If this thing is really, if you're got a grip and you're shaking and stuff like that, that's bad. You don't want to do that. That is the exact opposite of what you want. So we're gonna just test this out. And this is going on exactly the way we want. And so I used to put this all the way on and then unscrew it all the way, and then it just seemed like a kind of a waste of time. So what I do now is I'll get it to the point I'll get it to past the point that I want to screw this thing in. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go up a little further. We're doing here. This is way past the point that I want. Because obviously when this screws in, I mean, if you were to put this all the way in like this, it would completely destroy everything. This isn't going to go up anywhere. It's going to get locked, and that's not what we want. The reason why I moved it all the way up here is because I'm going to dab some super glue here and then twist it back down, and so the super glue connects right here. You could put the super glue here and then twist it back on, but I've found that it just, I've had more success doing it this way. So before we put any glue on there, we are going to double check to make sure we know exactly where this ball is going to go inside. Okay, it's pretty obvious here. It's going to be right here. This is where our ball broke off. You can still see a little bit of super glue residue from before as well. Yeah, and we're good. You can see a stress mark in there where the ball obviously twisted off and broke. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drill ourselves a hole right through the center of this. Be very careful, just make sure you go slow and steady. You can see it's kind of fighting me there. You can see we got a nice hole right in the middle, right there in the center. That's what we wanted. All right. So this is where we have to be very careful as well. If you were to put a bunch of super glue on the end of this if you were to put a bunch of super glue on the end of this screw, and it was to just, you push it in here and it just mooshes everywhere and comes out, you could get it right here on that seam, and that could lock that seam, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is, just like before I said, we're going to grip this with our pliers, And we're going to use some super glue. Sorry guys, I was recording all that. So I can cut that up and edit it down. Alright, what do we got here? Sorry guys, I'm going to check out the chat for a second. Rest my back for just a minute. Tyler, I want to say your name right, Tyler. I see Lalonde. Is that correct, or is it Lalonde? I want to make sure I say it right, but I'm going to say Lalonde right now because it sounds exotic. Says, I stick to my must-have Marvel Legends. Good on you. That's where I want to go. You're an inspiration to me, Tyler. That's exactly what I want to be doing. I've got to get rid of so many of those. And the World Laugh says, okay, groovy, I'll keep an eye out on Instagram. He's referring to me selling my figures. That's where they're going to be at on Instagram. So thank you, and the World Laughs. Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. Really, really, really appreciate that. Otaku Zero says, you ever get your hands on a Cyborg Spider-Man? I did. Fun figure. Really like him. Needs that old splayed hand, though. I want that open hand for him. Which I've looked into a few options. I think I might be able to make that happen, but let's see. Goose Kid says, hey Bill, I was wondering if you could do a repair for Marvel Legends hand pegs, like the peg for the hand getting stuck broken inside the figure. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, those are a little trickier, especially if it's a female hand, but those are definitely doable. Just the same as the ankle repairs. Oh, Lalonde. Okay. It's French. Love it. Lalonde. Alright. Dalia Lalonde. Because he's French. I love it. Samurai Chris is giving some information. Let's see if Samurai Chris has been paying attention. Is his information correct? Heat up the hand with warm water or a blow dryer and pluck out the broken piece of the peg. Shout pop with a mini screwdriver. Yes. So far, so good. He meant pluck the broken piece out. I got you. So far, Samurai Chris is correct. Casting K says, if Bill dies, I get those pliers. I don't know why I would die, but I sure hope. Thanks, Corey. Maybe I'm going to sign him over to somebody else. I'll give him to Anthony. Samurai Chris says, can I call dibs on his Dremels? You can have one. You can have one of them. You can have one of them. High School Creations is in the house. Says, yo, High School Creations has been doing some really cool. I caught a little bit of his this. I guess it's a contest or something that he's been doing where he's taken toy photos and turning like their favorite ones into stickers, and I think that is so freaking cool. Like I'm gonna try to take a really cool repair photo. And I'm going to try to put that into the mix because that would be dope. That would be just really, really cool. Even though I just think the whole idea is awesome. Toy photography turned into a sticker. Super cool. I love it. Goose Kid said, I've tried that and it didn't work. Any other fixes? If you can't heat it up and pop that thing out, I don't even know what. Try it again. Really heat that thing up, because that peg will come out unless it's fused. If it's fused in there, then you're gonna have to just Dremel out a hole and make a new peg out of scratch plastic, which doesn't seem like that'd be very fun. Samurai Chris said, I've also had success taking the peg out with small manual drill. If you use a small drill bit through the middle, it should be easier to pull out with warm water. That's true. Just like I did a minute ago, how I drilled a hole through the peg and pulled it out. Sorry, Ori, I just had some steak tonight. I'm not even joking. I had steak. Every time I have, if I eat steak before a live stream, I am so messed up the whole time. I'm just like, it's like the steak is trying to, come back out. Brian Pena says, I'm getting over SH Figure Arts, but if they made Doc Lewis and Little Mac, both from Punch-Out, take my money. Doc Lewis much have his chocolate bar and leaving for a little bit, like 20 minutes. Brian, I agree, man. I don't think Figure Arts would do any Nintendo. Oh, yeah, they do. They did do Nintendo, didn't they? You were right. They did them. Oh, they did those Mario figures, which I think are lackluster. Figma would be cool though. Figma Little Mac would be cool as long as they came with like you said, Doc and the bike and a pink hoodie sweatsuit. That'd be dope. Um, Oreo Mega says Juicy Smollett. Juicy Smollett. Uh, Tyler Lalonde has to fix his Magneto's left calf. Ugh, sorry. That sucks. And the World Laughs says, Bill, who is your favorite hero from Marvel? Who is your favorite hero from DC? Nightcrawler from Marvel, Aquaman from DC. Oh, Oreo. Ori says Comedy Cave is in the house. Yeah, that's what he needs. He needs like a brick wall behind him every time. Every time Casting Cave shows up, I need to have like a studio audience. His favorite shows are the ones that actually tell you when to laugh. Like, he loves Big Bang Theory. It's his favorite. And Two and a Half Men. Those are Casting Cave's favorite shows. He's told me. Gato Perro says, any DC collectibles, DC Direct figures you kept having to fix for multiple clients, especially with those clear joints? Absolutely. I fixed a ton of the Arkham Asylum Killer Crocs. I fixed a lot. In fact, I've had to fix my own, my personal one. I've got him in here somewhere. I was going to sell that guy. Actually, almost had him sold to a guy, and then I was like, yeah, just wanted to be transparent with you before you pay. I repaired this thing, so he's not going to break on you. He's like, oh, wait, you repaired it? I told him, yeah, and he never talked to me again. I was like, oh, okay. So, guess he didn't want it repaired. Oh, man. Cool. All right, let's get back to it. Samurai Chris, I'm going to send you out a mask either tomorrow, no later than Wednesday. So, just so you know, I didn't forget about you. I need to paint one up for my buddy Moose as well. I told him I would do a custom one for him because he was so generous with a super chat. It was ridiculous. Anytime I get like a crazy super chat or something like that, I'm a little more inclined to be like, hey, here's something for you. I actually need to talk to Casting Cave. Hey, Wally's here. I was thinking about getting with Casting Cave and maybe doing a limited run on some mask cast if he has time. But he told me that it's possible he could do orange masks. And there's no competition when it comes to Casting Cave's cast. So I know they'll be great. I think they'll look awesome, and I just enjoy working with him. I was going to go with my buddy Anthony for all of these, but I think it'd be really cool to have like the Casting Cave exclusive and just do a small run. That way, just in time, and I think that'd be really cool. And I put him on the spot just now. He didn't know anything about that, so you're welcome. I told him, I was like, I actually had sent him a mask, one of the new ones, just because we're good friends and here, have it. But since you got it, it literally feels like I had ulterior motives. I didn't even think about this until the other day when me and you were shooting the breeze, and I was like, man, that'd be cool to do an orange mask. Nobody in the chat said they hate orange. All right. So orange is my favorite color. If you guys could have a mask, would you want a CREWMARU orange mask? Like, as an exclusive. And I'll never make them again. I'll only do them one time. I'll never do it again. Samurai Chris, what Peter Parker fig? Are you talking about the Marvel? If it's a Marvel, you can do for Marvel Legends, man. He's, so currently the Toy Canic figure is, it's on a Gomez or skull body. So if you were to just do a regular, where's a regular Marvel Legend at? I'm sure I've got, oh, here we go. So if I was to set him up next to, I was working on a House of X Forge, and, well, that just never happened. So basically he's probably I guess he's a little taller, isn't he? Might be a little taller than the standard Marvel Legend. No, he's probably pretty up there. They're pretty basic size, so yeah, I guess 6 inches. I've never really checked the height on him. Although my Marvel Legend should be, my character should be a little shorter than everybody, but no, this is great. Oh look, orange is dope. Yes on the orange masks. Uh, yes, exclusive orange. Yes, yes, yeah. So yeah, orange casting. Look, you said yeah, green. See, he likes green. Casting Cave likes his neon slime green, as I would call it. Which I've got a really cool idea for a Casting Cave logo. It came to me. I got a few sketches. Just got to find the time. All right, let's get back to this. I actually told the lady that that sent me this figure that I'd be repairing this on my stream, and if she's watching right now, I'm sorry that you've had to listen to me ramble. She's probably not watching though. I'll tell you this though, man. She sent me, so this is a priority mailbox. This is not. This is smaller box. She did it. She shipped it the way I would hope anybody would ship it. This thing cost her $13.50 priority mail from Anchorage, Alaska. This is expensive. Julian said, "No, I like red, please." Well, Ori, if you don't, Ori, get out of here, man, with your nonsense. Nobody's getting bright fluorescent green. Nobody's doing that. Watch. Corey's gonna start selling them on the side and not tell me about it. People be hitting him up, be like, "Hey, I know Billy said he didn't want you to do this, but could you do this?" Or you don't get to choose like that. You don't get. That's not how it works. You don't get to do that. All right, I'm gonna get back to this tutorial real quick, guys. Okay, so before we apply any kind of super glue, I'm gonna test. I'm gonna test our screw first. And that's going in the way we want. And you can see that it's, yep, this is exactly what we want. So what we're going to do, since it went in so well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some of this JB Super Weld. You can kind of use whatever super glue really works for you. I've fallen in love with this stuff. And you notice I didn't go all the way to the tip of the screw either. That's because I like to try to keep that semi-clean so when this does go in, it doesn't get glue all over the inside. Because it can lock the joint. I'm trying to get this back to where it was. Bring it down a little bit. I'm actually doing this the wrong way. I should be holding the end here, but we're going to just push this down. Keep going. I think I was going the wrong way. It's like not going back in. Why isn't it going back down? That's okay. Weird. Okay. Well, let's try this again. Stop recording because that's just a waste of video. What the hell? It's twisting, but it's not going back down the screw. That's really, really weird. If I need to get a pull on there. There we go. Goodness gracious. I guess it was just kind of caught there on the end. Alright, here we go. Take two. So we're going to add some super glue here on the screw. Try to keep it away from the tip of the screw so it doesn't go in and lock the joint when we put this in a second. And what we're doing here is we're basically backing up the tracks on this guy so it'll lock that glue in. Now we can put a little extra on the tip. We got to be real careful with this part though. Actually, I think I put a little too much on there. We'll better be safe than sorry. I do this often. I'll put some super glue on there and I'll kind of take it off a little bit like that, and it's still coating the screw in the way I wanted it to. It's basically just a way to say I messed up and still able to fix it. There we go. Cool. Now, what we can do is we can wait a minute. You can also, if you've got any like crazy excess that's coming off of here or whatnot, you can take a straight razor and kind of chip some of that away. Or you can wait until it completely dries. That's up to you. Double check to make sure that's still moving. And the next thing we have to do is we need to clip this off here. So we'll take our clippers, get near the end here. See if we can get this. I think these are a little dull. My other ones. No wonder I was having issues with that model kit the other night. So the next step we want to do is to clip this off right here. These are actually my favorite ones because they get a closer cut to the end. There we go. Take those off, and then next what you want to do, take a sanding bit. And since you can see this little piece that's hanging out right here, we'll sand this down. Smooth it out so it doesn't catch and hinder articulation. Now you can also see, if we zoom in here, that you can see right here that there is some, God, there's animal hair. Like I've got like a dog hair on my fingers. There's always one that shows up in every video I do too. It's always there. Alright, let's try this again. So if you see up close, wow, learn to talk. As you can see up close here, there are teeth marks from the, if I don't get, so here's the funny thing that happens. I'll be messing with super glue, and I'll get some of it on my finger or whatnot, and then I'll rub my jeans like a genius to get this stuff off, and it actually adds more like dog or cat hair to it. I don't allow any of the animals in my room, but when I sit on my couch, like, it's over. Like, we have animal hair all over this house. No matter how many times we clean it or how often we clean it, you're always going to get animal hair. So anyways, let's see if I can See if I can do this without any hairs in the shot. Let's do a test run. My fingers are wrecked, dude. Yep, there it is. I knew it. I knew there was going to be another one. Okay. Gotta apologize for my fingers. These guys have been getting wrecked lately. So, what we've got here are teeth marks from where we clamped on with our pliers. And what you can do is actually go in with the sanding bit. And this is going to help us actually in the long run too. We talked earlier about like making this a little smaller. And I had mentioned that I was going to use my Dremel and try to Dremel out the hole. But sometimes you can do both. The reason that I'd rather Dremel out the hole is because it's easier to get an even Dremel, an even shave, basically. If you try to Dremel this, you're likely to not get it real even, and it might twist 5/6 of the way, but unfortunately when it gets to a certain point it'll pop out. I'm just going to make sure that this is nice and smooth. My wife is her hobby is nail art, fingernail art, and she's gonna kill me when she sees my fingernails in this video. Sorry, sweetie. Alright. So this is looking pretty good. What I want to do now is I want to Dremel this guy out a little bit. And we've got a perfect Dremel bit for that. I have two for that. Let's see if this one's the one I want. Yeah, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful Dremel bit. This burr is amazing. So here's our burr that we're going to use. And you can see that this thing is just perfect. It fits in. It's got room to move, which is great, because if this burr was too big, then we might be messing with the integrity of this, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to drill just a giant hole in it and this thing just plop in and fall out. So what we can do before we Dremel, since we did Dremel some of this off already, we could test this and see. What we don't want though is for this to be too tight to where when we do twist it, it just twists our screw off and we're kind of back to square one after that. That's what we don't want. So I think I'd rather drill out just a little bit in here since this was super glued before. It's weird that it's moving his head. We're doing a real light Dremel just to kind of even it out wherever the super glue was. And this repair is brought to you by the letter D for Dremel. Alright. So I think we could probably pop this guy back in. And you can look into the side there and you can see that the ball is moving with the arm, and that's what we want. Is it as tight as the original? No. Will it hold a pose? Yes. Will it break? No. That's what we don't want. I want to make sure that it's also going in as far as the old one did. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking this. I think we could probably get it a little tighter though. Just a little bit. So what we're going to do after we did all that is we can take some of our old liquid Loctite. This is where I wouldn't recommend JB Super Weld, as this stuff is crazy strong. But while you're moving it, I don't know. I haven't tested it out live, like moving it for the super glue trick that we use to tighten joints. So I usually will go back to my old tried and true liquid Loctite. And when I tell people to add a layer of super glue on the ball peg, an even layer, this is what I'm talking about right here. And the cool thing about this is you don't put a whole lot on. You just kind of let it coat the edge. Don't glob it on there a whole lot. And what this will do is it'll add some mass to your peg and basically just allow for a tighter fit. Now, if I hadn't put a screw in this, I would pop this in right now and twist it around to let the super glue kind of set inside of there and tighten it up. Unfortunately, we have to be very, very careful because we put a screw in here. And yes, while we did coat that in super glue, it doesn't mean that it's gonna stay like that if we add too much friction, especially if we're gonna keep going back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, we do want it to last over time, but I've found over time that letting this dry and then attempting to put it back in is a much safer bet than trying to twist it while it dries. If this peg was still attached factory, yeah, we might be able to try that, but we're not going to do that. Unfortunately, we need to wait now. So once this dries, we're going to try it, and I think it's going to work really well because it already had a pretty secure fit. I just wanted it to be a little bit tighter, just slightly tighter, and it's going to be 100%. All right, we got to wait for this baby to dry. So while we're doing that, I do have another thing I want to repair, but before we do that, I would like to show off some work that my buddy Clayton Stevens did. This is pretty cool, and what's even cooler is I have this as well. So, we've got an unmodded Geralt of Rivia. I'm very disappointed in this figure. I was so excited. I remember whenever I heard that it was coming out. Then I found out it was McFarlane, so I was like, all right, so he's going to be gigantic. And obviously I'm going to have to add thigh swivels, which isn't a problem. The figure itself isn't horrible. It's not horrible. The problem I have is that apparently he's been hit on top of the head with a giant mallet, and it shoved his head down in between his shoulders. So what Clayton has done, and this guy's done a lot of work. You'll have to see all the work that he's done. This is crazy. So he has added an extra neck. Basically, he put in a neck joint from a random just figure that the flesh tone actually matches. And if Clayton, if you're in here, tell the crowd what you did, what figure you used, what neck you used. Now this isn't just a simple swap either, man. He took this whole piece off right here, and he had to adjust this like neck and implant this neck in here. But as you can see, compared to the one I got here, it just looks mountains better. Like the neck is awesome. He's got an actual neck now instead of just this. Like, I mean, this is crazy that this passed QC. You can see it looks good from the side, and without even modding his neck, really, he can look down. He can kind of look up, but the problem you're running into here is that he's got this longer hair. But still, he can look up pretty well. I think if you modded that neck like I usually do, I think he could look up further. but it's pretty good for what it is right now. But yeah, this is pretty cool, man. This is a really cool. This is really nice work, and the neck matches this flesh tone pretty close. I can't remember the name of these figures, man. I think they're like Evolve. I think it was Evolve, like the ones you could. I remember finding them at Walgreens. You can find these at Walgreens, but I would suggest I would guess that it's the big dude that looked like a fat Kano. But yeah, he did a really good job on this, man. I mean, so yeah, so just implanting another neck is gonna be your go-to. He said he ran into an issue with the back though, like I guess with the swords. I'm not sure what happened there, because my back actually has a smaller hole. So I guess he took this. I think there's like a peg or something back here. There's like a hole, and he's doing some more work. This isn't done yet. So he said, yeah, it was a neck off of a Evolve figure. I had to cut the neck off and then Dremel down into it and key in for the joint that's in the base. So yeah, that's this is really nice work. I'm not gonna lie, this is really good. This actually, what's funny is that it reminds me of whenever I had to implant a neck in my my Aquaman figure. So this one right here, this is just a standard neck that I dremeled down and fixed from I'm not sure what this was. It's for Mezco figures. But the other one I did, I took off of a Funko figure and dremeled it because I didn't really want to destroy the Jason Momoa neck. I wanted to keep the option there just for, I don't know why, but just in case, just to keep the integrity of the figure, the factory figure. But you can see here, like, this is the neck I used from a, like I said, some Funko Magic figure. And so that's just a standard neck peg. Unfortunately, this head will not be able to do anything because it's hard plastic, but it looks fantastic on here, and it's my favorite Aquaman head, so it's really, really cool. It's a neck transplant. It's something kind of crazy that you can do with a lot of figures, honestly, especially if they've got a nice collar. And then obviously Geralt has this kind of a softer plastic rubbery top here, which Clayton was actually able to remove. And you can see, like, this is, you know, he's got like this whole thing is like this soft kind of, I don't know if it's silicone or what it is, what it's made out of, but yeah, looks cool. So yeah, so next up, what we got to do is he handed it off to me, and he's like, hey, I was like, yeah, I need to do some thigh mods on mine, and he's like, well, would you do mine? So this is the perks of being the friends with the Toycanic. You can hand off your figures, and they can fix them for you. But yeah, so Clayton said he's having to rework that out for the swords and sheaths. Which, if you haven't seen the garbage swords and sheaths, here you go. Yep. For some reason, they decided that this would be cool to do the same thing they did with Deathstroke. So they sculpt the back, and then on the front they don't. How many times do you pose your figures with the back to the camera? Generally, they're to the front. This is the laziest, trashiest looking. I'm sorry. I don't think there's an excuse for this anymore. This is so bad looking. This really drops a figure down from McFarlane's standpoint. I don't know why they would do this. It would be better, honestly, if you had just like the handles that could like just kind of plug in and plug out, and then came with 2 extra swords, because this is awful. This looks so bad. Everything about this looks bad. This looks cheap. This looks like something like you would buy if like a kid was cosplaying, like if Hasbro made some kid, you know, cosplay outfit or something like that, this is what it would look like. Some cheap stuff like that. And Clayton mentioned that his sheaths, the swords don't go down all the way in the sheaths. He's correct. Mine don't either. I thought mine did, but you can see right here that let me see if I can zoom back out. They don't go all the way in. You can see right there that this stops, and then if you look right here, that one's still not all the way in as well. So, man, I don't know, dude. It's pretty rough. And like I said, this neck thing is just, man, that's bad. It's so bad. I don't know if I'm gonna do the thigh mod tonight on him, but I guess we could. See, I wish his necklace was like a separate piece. That would have been really cool. But nope, they didn't do that either. So yeah, let's go ahead and while we're here, let's do a little thigh mod. You guys remember how to do thigh mods, right? Let's do a. How about we do a quick? I'll do a tutorial on this one. Why not? So people can see what they've done with I'll show off Clayton's neck mod in a tutorial as well. Let's see video. Right. What's going on, Toycanic and CREWMARU fans? Today I'm bringing you a thigh mod tutorial, which you've seen probably 1,000 times, but this time it's going to be on the new Geralt of Rivia figures from McFarlane Toys. I thought this would be kind of fun to do just so you can see exactly where to cut. You know, adds another video to my library. And also I wanted to show off my friend Clayton's work. This is pretty cool. So this one right here is mine and this one's Clayton's. And look at the neck. Well, or the lack of, I guess, neck on this one. This is factory, straight out of the box. And this is Clayton's. And what he's done is he's added a neck from a figure from the Evolve series. I'm not sure the name of the figure, but I only think they made like 4 or so. So I think it's the big guy. Looks like a fat Kano from Mortal Kombat 3. But yeah, look at this. This is super cool, man. He implanted a neck down in here, and it's a substantial amount of work, really. Most of it's hidden because of the soft rubber piece right here, and yeah, it looks really good. Look at that. That is awesome. I think it looks really, really good. He can look down pretty well, and he can even look up a little bit. I think a little mod in the back here, he could look up a little further, but I'll let him do that. He wanted me to do a thigh mod on his figure, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to do so. So, just a refresher course for you guys for the thigh mods. This is the same for every single one of these so far. Is I take a flathead screwdriver, carefully pop the legs off. Don't even have to use any heat. It's pretty amazing. I guess it's better to go from the top there. See if I can see what I'm doing here. So going from this side. Kind of what you do is you basically kind of gotta press this in and then pull down from this side. All right. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to heat these up with a heat gun on my end. You can soak these in hot water. You can use a blow dryer. I imagine a blow dryer is going to take a long time to heat these up. These are pretty thick calves, but what I use is a heat gun to heat these up, and then I will pry these out using a punch or pick. Basically, I'm going to come in from the side like so and pry these guys up. All right, let's heat it up. Shade says, I'm not gonna lie, this was the mod tutorial I was hoping for this week's live stream. Right on, man. Hey, anytime you're looking forward to something, give me a... Just let me know. And if I can do it, I will. If I have the figure, I'll do it. Sometimes I get lucky and somebody sends me one. Or I get lucky and found them. I found a bunch of these gold label Geralts. It was crazy how many I found. Yeah, Clayton found them too, and so both of us got him, and he went to work right away on his. I'll probably do something on mine at some point in the future, but I got way too many figures to repair. So since we've got this heated up now, and sometimes I have to go in twice to heat it up. Sometimes you got to knock some of this free down in here. You don't want to grab by the circle here, this little peg hole, and pull up. You will break this every single time. I've seen too many people break it. What I usually do is usually I can get a hold of a piece and then pop it out. What's funny is this happens to me almost every single time I do this. So I got to pull this in, like dig this in here. And you can get a hold of this plastic inside of here pretty well. There you go. Like generally, that's on the ground now. Generally what will happen is I'll end up damaging the peg like this. And damaging is a scary word. This does not affect anything at all. One time I did dig into this part pretty deep, which it still didn't matter. And if there's ever like a little piece that's hanging off, you can just Dremel that off. This is really, really strong, thick plastic from here down. So it's fine. You'll be fine right here. You can really get a hold of that. But like I said, never try to pull this thing out using these. If you have done this before and succeeded, you got extremely lucky. I've seen people break these constantly, and you can't really repair that. You can try to add like some JB Weld or Super Weld or Super Glue to them, and it might stay. But you've got to remember, you got to pop these back over those pegs, and chances are this is hard plastic. It might snap on you, so you got to be really, really careful with that. So next, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna reheat this, and we're gonna come in with our razor blade, straight razor. This is the only technique I trust. So we're going to get ourselves a brand new razor blade. And we're going to reheat this up, and then we're going to get right to the cut. You want to do it when it's fresh and the plastic's nice and soft. And so a lot of these figures are different. You always need to go in for just for, I don't know, peace of mind and safety purposes, so you don't mess this up. What you want to do is go in and you're going to set the peg next to the leg. I don't know why I'm saying all this. You can't even see it on the camera. You can see it now. So what I do is I stand directly over it, and we're going to move the camera so hopefully this works to where you can see it. I'll set my camera down. Okay, so this is still nice and soft and hot. What we're going to do is you want to test where this is going to lie right here. Okay? This goes down fairly far. Generally, not all the time, so this is why I always have to test. This little piece right here, this flat piece, can kind of line up right about here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut anywhere from here to here. I like to try to get it in the smaller portion, but if it gets into this, it's not a problem at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in right here. I think right here looks pretty good. We're going to go right here. And we're going to just cut straight down. you get down near to the bottom, you want to kind of press this open a little bit. Just a little bit, because that lip of that razor blade can catch. Oh no! Look what McFarlane did to us! He did it again! He used a different color plastic. Ugh. So he did this on the original Mortal Kombat figures as well. He did this on Johnny Cage, and he did this on Raiden. The thigh mod you still want to do it, but it's like, it sucks that why isn't that, in the yellowish mustard color here instead? And it's weird because on the inside it's all yellow here, everything's yellow here, and then there's this gray mark. But either way, our thigh mod's good. It's done. It's solid. It's clean. I don't know why he does that. He did this on Johnny Cage, like I said, and Raiden. And well, solid thigh cut. It's exactly where you want to cut it. So for those of you who really want to know right where to cut it at, let's take a tape measure out. Let's see where to cut it. So we're looking at, if you were to go you're looking at about, let's see, from the big end here. Man, we're not about an inch. This is it's a real, it looks like 3/4 of an inch from the long side. And then we're looking at about, oh my gosh, it's maybe a third of an inch. About a third of an inch down. Yeah, it's not quite half an inch. Half an inch might be a little too far, but yeah, it looks really good. It's a nice solid cut. I'll definitely be doing this to mine as well. Let's just for consistency purposes, we're gonna do the other one as well. I hate that he does that. It's so inconsistent too. I might do the Damian Wayne as well. What's up, Soundwave Superior? So let's heat this up. So weird that there's a different color plastic under there. I don't understand it. I bet as soon as I said, oh no, I bet Clayton freaked out. Go. Pop that baby out. Heat this up again. Heat it up, heat it up. Nice and soft. Since we've heated this up again, now what's cool is we can take the one that we've already used over here, and we can kind of measure that one out and use that as our guide. See, that looks pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, let's do it right there. I said, always lift that up there so that lip doesn't catch on your straight razor. Boy, that is a thick one too. So, and it's always best to get these in right as you after you cut it. I've reheated these before after I made the cut, and the hole wants to almost close up with the heat. Make sure you give a good twist in there, and then let's get that nice in there. Cool. And so next, this is always fun. Generally, you can just kind of angle it from a side so you can see that's going in there. Make sure the peg catches. You can hear the pop. Let's press that one in there a little more. There we go. And then we'll come in at an angle. Kind of gotta finagle the crotch piece here. There's our pop. And don't be worried when you're messing with it, like right after. This one right here is still soft, so you can still see how it still kind of has a little gap there. But once it hardens up, you end up with that. So, I hope that helps everybody kind of figure out how they want to customize the Geralt of Rivia. Go give my buddy Clayton a follow, man, on his Instagram. I'm sure he'll be posting some work in progress photos of this. You can find his Instagram handle right there at the bottom. It'll be Grave24. And yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, learned something from this. And yeah, this is pretty cool. I really like this neck mod too. I'm gonna have to do this myself or find another neck that's equal to. I don't know how much this figure costs, but if he's cheap, go ahead and grab him. Plop that neck in there. You have to remove this and whatnot, but maybe I'll do a tutorial over that with his guidance. We'll see. But as always, take care out there, and I'll keep repairing. Cool. Clayton thought I messed up his Geralt. No, he looks good, man. I'm going to do mine now. He's all set. Now your Geralt's freaking awesome. This Geralt stands really well. That's surprising to me. Let's see. So what we got here? Ori says, Bill, if you could only collect one line, what would it be? And if it could only repair, and if you could only repair one line, what would it be? I would collect NECA Ninja Turtles, and if I could only repair one, I guess it would probably be Hot Toys or Mezco, so I could make money doing it. Those are kind of the only ones I make money off of, because of just how expensive and extensive the work is. Plus, it enables me to hone my craft in not only repairing plastic parts, but also sewing. Even sculpting, I had to sculpt the boot of that Deathstroke, and then I got to put in the little marks on his shoes and stuff, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I guess that would be it. Oh man, I would not want to oh god. You want to talk about my life in a living hell would be me having to constantly repair Transformers. This right leg is just way harder to get off. Sheesh. Casting Cave says he basically said that McFarlane makes his favorite figures. How in the world? I literally just sat here and modded one. Corey. It doesn't even make sense. So collect only McFarlane and repair only Transformers. Sounds good to me. That would suck. Well, at least I know I would get so many Batman figures. Man, I'd get all the Batman figures. Corey and I will be taking all your Donnie figures. Clayton can have the Mikeys. And Clayton says, no, Ori, sorry, Mikey is life. Well, I don't know what that means. We're going to go ahead and do another Geralt, though, while we're here. I might do the Damian Wayne as well. Julian, I'm ignoring you on purpose. What do you think of that? With your jokes. The only time I'm going to read your jokes is when Casting Cave's on here and he does it in the Groucho voice. My favorite one was when you said, I'm going to start a band called Blanket. It's a cover band. And then without missing a beat, Corey goes, oh, sounds like a sheet. That was really funny. Sounds like a sheet. I think I can go ahead and cut this one too while we're at it. Alright, come here, other Geralt. I don't want to even try that. I think I'm going to mess that one up if I go in. Ooh, this one's trying to get away from me. There we go. Hell yeah. So one, I've gotten this deal where I'm trying to get a technique down where I almost do a slanted cut on my thigh cuts just for my personal figures. I found that I can get a little bit more mobility out of them. It's just kind of a harder thing to do. I'm trying to get that technique down. I only do it on my personal ones because I don't want somebody to be like, these are slanted, to be like, yeah, but the range is amazing. It's like just a slight degree, the angle, and I just really like it. This Geralt's going to be so much better with these thigh cuts, man. All these figures are better with thigh cuts. It's ridiculous. I don't know why. Why is it that they gave that Batman thigh cuts? I know it's because of the motorcycle, but why show us that you could do that and then not do the rest? It's such a slap in the face to your collectors. Like, if he knew, like, I charge like $20 to do like the neck mod, the chest mod, and then the thigh mods. If Todd knew that, he could literally start charging more for his figures. He could charge $30 per figure if you gave him the right articulation. Listen up, Todd. Let's go into business together, man. I know the articulation that people want. The people have spoken. I have spoken. cannot tell you how many people have messaged me talking about how they've screwed up their thigh cuts, and it just breaks my heart. I try so hard. I try so hard to teach people how to do these correctly, and then I hear them messing them up, and I feel I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible, but I feel responsible. You know, you try to teach them how to do it, and it gets messed up, and or they don't try it on a crappier figure. I'm like, oh, so sorry. Yeah, he says it breaks up the sculpt, but it's like, dude, they look... Come on, man. You've already broken up the sculpt in like 30 other places. Why not? 2 more. Ain't gonna... Hell yeah. These actually are the nicest ones. Like, these are great. These pop up. I knew you were going to say I'm responsible, Corey. I knew it. I knew you were going to say it. You're predictable, Corey. All right, where's Damian Wayne? This, God, another figure that I'm just like, really? Look at the size of this sword and handle. This handle is so big. Oh, man. I wonder how big his sword is compared to Geralt's. It's the same size as Geralt's sword. That is ridiculous. Damian Wayne should not have a sword that's the same size as Geralt of Rivia. This is a, like, altered, grown man beast hunter, and this is a kid of a ninja billionaire. What is Bruce Wayne a millionaire or a billionaire? He's probably a billionaire, huh? Because, I mean, he's got, like, the infinite money cheat code on. Set Clayton's Geralt over here. Robin De Niro. Yes. Oh, man. These elbows. Golly. You know what? I could do some McFarlane extravaganzas tonight. If I could find my... Ah, there he is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool. I was going to do a tutorial over this, so I might as well do it now. Maybe one of you guys will learn something here. That'd be awesome. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this already. I'm sure somebody else out there has done it, but I'd like to do a tutorial over it just so people can see how to do it. This is a modded Red Hood. Just basically shaved this down and did a cut here. So let's do this. Billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Let's do another tutorial on how to do Red Hood. What's going on, Toycanic and CREWMARU fans? What's going on, Toycanic and CREWMARU fans? I'm here to show you a pretty simple tutorial. I'm sure other people have already done this. I did this a few weeks ago, and I just haven't got around to... I wanted to shoot a tutorial, basically, over it to teach you guys and show you how to do it. This is just a simple mod for your Red Hood and how to adjust these wrists so they can actually move and you can articulate them. Basically, you're going to need a Dremel and something that will cut plastic. So this one obviously is already done, and this is how I like to do this one personally. So what I did was I heated up this hand and I popped off the wrist. And so here's the wrist with the peg right here. And The smaller end kind of goes in here once we reheat it, and this will go in here, and yeah. So basically, this is fairly simple. You're going to want to basically cut this out here, and after we do that, we're going to need to Dremel this as well. So what I want to do first is I'm going to heat up this hand. Now what you can do is you can either use a hair dryer on it. If you are going to use a hair dryer, I suggest you either do something to where you can hold it with your like a stick, like either a paintbrush stick or something like this, so you can heat it up so you're not going to burn your fingers or anything like that. Or you can soak this baby in hot water for a while and it'll be nice and soft when it comes out. I personally use a heat gun. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to heat this up, and then I'm going to show you how to cut this off. And action. Heat up this hand. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Alright, we've got this nice and soft now, heated up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight razor. This is my preferred method. Just be very, very careful in doing this. And I always try to look for a spot. What I like to do is kind of go in slightly at kind of an angle, almost to scoop it out. And so we just got to get that first cut going. And we'll come back around this side. So we can kind of go in right here. You gotta be careful though, whenever this is like soft like this, that razor blade can kind of get away from you. So just be really, really careful. Come in here. And you want to be really, really careful. You want to make sure that, look at it from above, look at it from down below. It's generally not a good idea to cut towards yourself. I'm barely pressing this right now. What we're trying to do is basically just slowly go around the edge here. Slowly. You want to slowly go around the edge. Like I said, be very, very, very careful as to not slip or cut yourself. Generally, what I would do is hold this down and cut straight down. Unfortunately, if you were to do that, you might mess up a little bit. This is also why people pay me to do these kind of mods, so they don't cut themselves. I've heard horror stories of people slicing their thumb open, their finger open, having to get stitches. So please, 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 please be careful out there, guys. I cannot stress this enough. So we're almost all the way through here. We're going to come around this corner one more time. And don't be worried if this is like a little ugly at the beginning here. Basically what we want to do is make sure that we don't want to cut like too much into our wrist piece here. Okay, we're going to be able to cut most of the excess off, and we're going to need to do that to make it look a little prettier. So yeah, like I said, be very, very careful. We've already cut all the way in through right here. Come back in on this side. Like I said, just keep on checking to make sure that you're not cutting into it at a funny angle, or that you're cutting off something extra. And there we go. Alright, so you can see right here, like if you were to try to cut from this side, it's like, oh, okay, there's a little bit of pressure there because there's obviously more plastic. But when you cut in from this side, as soon as it hits that hole, that razor blade wants to go. Okay, because there's literally nothing there to stop it. So it wants to go a lot quicker. Alright, so what we have here is, here's our hole for our wrist. and or hand, and here's our hole for our wrist. So what I want to do right now is I take my burr piece like this, and I'm gonna clean this up and basically hollow this guy out. It's what I did on this hand here. You can see the hand that's already been done. If I can pop this guy off, most of the time you can. Let's see if I can get it off there. There we go. Well, you don't want that to happen, but let's pop that back on. Luckily, those will pop back on. Let's see if we twist it instead of pop it. Oh, my damn. Everything wants to just come right off. Hang on a second. I thought I dremeled these down. I guess I didn't. Okay, well. So here's what I did originally. And this was pretty fast. I did this fairly quick. What you want to do is kind of smooth this out a little more. And this is going to give it all the room you need to kind of play. So when you're done with this, this will pop right back on the wrist here. This is not what you want, honestly, this little piece right here. Let me heat this up. I don't like that. It should have popped off. It popped off last time. There we go. Probably dremel that out a little bit. I want to make alternate hands for him. There we go. Let's get our other Dremel. Okay. So this one had been heated up and heated off. What I want to do is honestly make these to where they'll pop off a little easier so I can make fists or open splayed hands for them. And so you can see here that I'd rounded this one out. Now this one's already been done. I feel like this is like one of those cooking shows where like they already have one that's been in the oven. But this is so we can pop this guy on and off. There we go. And I like, the reason I dremeled out this right here is to give it just more range and freedom. So it's not stuck there. And also, since the peg and the wrist is black, same color, it gives us just all this movement. And you can move it to wherever you'd like it to go. So that just gives us total freedom. And that's what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and dremel this out a little bit with my burr here, my smaller burr. Alright, and next I'm going to take my bigger burr and we're going to dremel this out right here. We're just going to dremel it out to where it's nice and open. Because the cool thing about this is that it won't go too far down to where it looks like it's not connected to, you know, like the glove has come disconnected from it. And this is pretty cool. So we're going to just keep dremeling this. And I like to kind of come at it like this at a kind of a scooped angle. That's just my preference. I don't want it to be flat. I think with it being kind of concave like this, it allows movement. Because we're going to round out the wrist as well. So this is where our razor blade comes back into play. Is I'll always keep it nearby, even after I've done like thigh cuts and whatnot. I'll keep one of these by because they tend to hold their sharpness for a while. I don't know if that's the technical term, but you know. So yeah, we want to, a lot of times I'll come in from the edge. I'll try to kind of cut at an angle. Just like that. And then we'll come back in with our, I'm going to go on a higher speed here, just a little bit on my Dremel. It's actually the small burr. I want to go on the bigger burr. There we go. And just make sure you're patient. This is a rinse and repeat kind of process, basically. You know, you don't want to go too far. I know you're excited to get your figure posed and into some cool shots and whatnot, but you know, take your time. It's going to be worth it because these figures aren't really cheap, especially when you got to buy a 2-pack. Now, I heard there is a single pack, but still, that's another $20 to $30 depending on where you're getting him. So, you know, just take your time. Also, take your time, especially when you're dealing with a razor. We talked about that earlier. You want to be very careful. There we go. Get some of that excess plastic off of there. You can see there's still some junk in there. A lot of times you can take a needle nose pliers and just kind of scrape all that stuff off of there. And we'll go in for one more run. We'll go at an angle. Just about done with this part. Just about done with this. My wife just sent me a message. She says she's so excited, so that's always good. Happy wife, happy life, and she's lovely, so you know, that always is great too. Got some future videos for the channel planned that involve my my wife. I think you guys are really going to like them. Some really cute ideas. They're going to be really fun. Some of you might not know, but my wife is the voice of the ACBA animation that says, "That's crispy." That is my wife. That is the beautiful Thank Gemini. So you're welcome for all those years of that amazing voiceover work. So now we're going to take our sanding bit and we're going to kind of round out this wrist just a little bit, not too much. Kind of come at it at an outward angle like this. It's really up to you how rounded you want to make this. You don't have to go crazy with it. Obviously, this is just a tutorial on using what we have on hand. Didn't mean for that to be a pun, but there you go. You could probably sculpt in more of a hand on this if you wanted more of a wrist to come in. You could even probably replace the hand with a different one. But like I said, we're just using what we got. If you don't have sculpting skills, but you're savvy with a blade and Dremel, and you can see how we've kind of smoothed this out a little bit. I don't like that right there. I'd like to make this a little less angular, a little rounded. So we'll go like this. I think that'll work. Alright, so let's see what we got going on. Let's take our hood here and let's put this back on. Alright, I believe that's how it goes on. And then we can take our wrist peg here. Let's see if we can't pop this baby back into the wrist. You know, I might actually just Dremel that out a little bit so it pops in. Excuse me. Or, if you don't want that thing popping out on you, what you could do is heat it up a little bit. It's not going to take much. This stuff heats up pretty quickly, so you don't want to sit there and heat it up and melt your plastic. So let's heat this up. That'll be enough. It only takes a few seconds. Let's go and heat this baby up. And we'll pop our wrist back in. Alright. Now the kind of this like extended area goes towards the elbow. And then scrape off some of this junk off of this wrist here. Like I said, you guys can clean this up and spend a little more time on it than I am. I'm just wanting to show you the basics of how to get where you need to get to make this functional. I want to make sure that I got the right side of this peg in here though. Just to double check. I think it doesn't matter. I think these are both the same size. Alright. Just want to double check. And I like to personally Dremel this out a little more so it pops on. So we can make alternate hands later. Alright. So now we'll take this, pop it on, the satisfying pop, and you see that this has got a little bit of movement in here. So now we can take this. Now he can actually aim his gun in different ways. Look at that. However you want to finagle this thing. Up, down, left and right. And there you go. And next, we got to give this guy thigh mods. You know how it goes, but we'll save that for another time. So, as always, I want you to take care out there. Be safe with a blade if you're going to use one. Take care. And I'll keep repairing. That was a horrible ending. Okay, so I hope you guys learned something today. Hope you're able to do this yourself. Be very careful if you're going to do this yourself. Like I said, people pay me to do this. If you'd like to do that, you can contact me via Instagram or on my website through email at billmaru.com. And as always, take care out there, and I'll keep repairing. Much better. Alright, guys. Hey, Borat's here. He says, very nice. Awesome. Clayton, I don't know the size of the burr, bro. I should really figure out, the size. Hey, Clockwork Orange. Oh, I guess you're leaving. Clockwork Orgy, not Orange. Wow. He's gonna leave and be like, man, later. Couldn't even get my name right. So, Otaku Zero, which of the Plunderling Fawns was the got to have 'em a least for you and your wife? I'm confused. Got to have 'em a least. I'm not sure, yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying, man. Maybe try to rephrase that for me, and I can answer you. Rob the Plastic Hour scary thoughts. I pulled the trigger on a Mafex. Excuse me, Mafex. It's on a Mafex. On a Mafex, and then watched the reviews, and it was all breaking at the wrist peg. Yeah, they break at the wrist peg. Man. Oh, you want to see something really scary? Look what a client sent me. Same guy. What we got here? You want to talk about scary? And this thing right here is broken. I got to figure out what's going on. So, yeah. Oh no, sorry, Clockwork. I've been shooting tutorials all night as well. I'm trying to get back into the flow of things. I will not be on for another 2 hours. No, I probably will be getting off of here in a little bit. Otaku says, gotta have them at least for you and your wife. Which of the Plunderling Fawns? Oh, both of them. There was no compromise. We were gonna get both. I ordered 2 of each. She ordered 1 of each. I ordered 1 of each. But the only reason I ordered a second pair was just in case one of my friends didn't get one. And Ori happened to miss out. He was working. He was on a phone call for his job, a work call. So I was able to get those for him. That was literally the only reason I ordered another pair. I had no intentions of... I knew somebody was going to miss them. Like, I knew somebody was going to miss them. So, luckily Ori did, and I was able to get them to him. Get them to him. Oh, Ori, I'm probably going to be able to get you those on Saturday, bro. You're probably going to have some fawns, because those shipped. They already shipped. That's crazy. Like, crazy. I kind of want to do a thigh mod on Red Hood, but I should probably... I feel like I should call it. I do want to see if this Captain America's dried, though, for the super glue. Yeah, I think so. So it looks like our super glue has dried here, and we've got a nice even layer. We're going to pop this back on old Captain Rogers and see what we think. Well, maybe it's a little too much. That was a real small layer that we put on there too. Before this was popping right in, and now... Wow. Yeah, that won't even go in now. That's crazy. Well, in that case, which is pretty cool. Like, so that's one of the things that the super glue trick does, honestly. Earlier that was just popping in no problem, and now we've got it to where it won't pop in. I could probably pop that thing in if I really applied a lot of pressure, but I don't want to do that because, like I said earlier, that might break. So what we want to do, take our Dremel and check to see if any spots like dripped down, if the super glue dripped, so you don't want it to be, you know, all over the place. We'll just kind of shave off a little bit of that guy. Let's see if that'll pop in for us. Nope, we're going to have to do a little more. And this just kind of shows you the efficiency of the super glue trick. Alright, now that we've dremeled that down, let's try it again. See? We always got to be careful with this one too because of the way the butterfly joint presses in. You don't want to press too hard and snap your butterfly joint. Okay, that's in, but that feels real tight. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want that to, that's too tight. So what we want to do is we want to pop that thing straight out. Golly, that was really in there. Make sure that that's still solid. Man, this is a solid repair though. That's good. We want to definitely Dremel this out some more. I didn't even put that much super glue on it, so this is pretty crazy to me. I might have put on more than I expected, I guess. I did do both sides, which I generally only do one side. You gotta be real careful when dremeling around here too. You don't want to hit this part with your Dremel and mess that all up. Alright. I kind of reshaped it. Let's see. It's better to do little by little than to go too far and have to redo everything. So I feel like that's going to be too tight and it's going to break the ball off. Yeah, I think I just... Damn, that sucks. I think it's just a little too tight. It's going to break that ball free. Yep, and that happens sometimes. Gosh, it's best to test these things out though, man. This is some of the problems that you tend to run into. Is a lot of times whenever I do something like that, I'll you know, I could have left it alone there at the beginning, but I just want it to be better. Which is not a problem. It's best to test it before it goes back to the client. They're like, hey, this twisted right off. I'm like, oh no. So we'll put this back on. It was pretty solid. It was a solid hold, and this will be a solid hold too. I can tell whenever I twist it back on. But yeah, man, for some reason this thing is just... We just have to Dremel it down. And what might have happened, I might have heated up the screw while I was Dremeling it down. And it might have broken that plastic hold. That's alright. Just have to let that set again. A lot of times what I didn't do this time though, is what I need to do is put a little super glue around the edge here so it makes contact with the base. It's just so hard to do when there's like you've got so little room and you don't want to you don't want it to touch like the other side here. But what you can do a lot of times is come in from this angle, like this side, and you can add, instead of trying to add it through here, you can use precision tips, which are pretty cool. Corey told me about these from Casting Cave. There's these really cool precision tips you can use. Unfortunately, I think I've kind of messed up the top right here. You can see, I think I've got some over here. These are really cool. Which I need to get some more. These really only work though if your super glue top still is in good shape. But you can use these right here, these little tips that actually will go over the top here. But unfortunately, I think, like I said, this is really wide. This has got a really wide mouth on it. So unfortunately, yeah, I can't use the tip on this one, unfortunately. But these are really, really cool. They work on almost every super glue bottle I have. I need to try this stuff out. They came with this Star Bond stuff, but I haven't even tried it yet. So I don't. I should probably try that at some point. What I'll usually do is I'll take. Usually I'll take just some fodder or something. Here's a brush that I'm not going to use anymore. I broke this on my trying to fix a figure not too long ago. What I can do, and I don't suggest anybody do this unless you're going to trash the brush. I'm going to put a little super glue on the edge of the brush here because this brush is now ruined forever. And I'm going to just brush it around right where I needed it. I think that's going to work just fine. There we go. But yeah, once that dries, I think that'll be fine. I pushed it. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I popped that thing in, I think I knew right away. I was like, man, this is going to snap. And as soon as I bent it, I saw like the ball break free. And I hate that, man. This sucks. That's what I usually like in a case like this. If I was able to dismantle this, but this looks crazy. I don't know. I think I would have to pop this out, and then that might pop the whole thing out. I'm not sure. This one's kind of wild. Luckily, it's wide enough, and it gives me enough room to where I didn't have to break it open. But like I said, this is just an unfortunate case. I've seen this before. This is how I used to repair Dragon Ball figures when they broke at their hip joints. It always sucked. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. I thought we'd have this one done by the end of the night, but I'm going to have to let that one dry. But what I'll do, since I feel like I cheated you on that one. It's almost done. I think I'm going to do this Damien thigh mod, and then I'm going to call it a night. If you guys want to see it. If you don't care, then I can call it a night now. But if you want to see the where to cut the Damien thighs at, I'm more than happy to do that. I think I'll shoot a tutorial over it while I do it. So I can do that live for you guys if you want to see it. About 20 viewers in here, so... Oh, weird. Check these out. These are different. Oh, they don't have their ball hips. I didn't even notice that. I think I knew that. I think Pharaoh told me that. Man, his ab crunch is garbage. Oh, yeah, Clayton, thank you. The reveal. My man, thank you so much. I would have forgot. Yeah. So, guys, I found something cool with Clayton and Ori. We went out the other day, and we were hitting up a few targets and whatnot. And we stumbled across something really, really fun. And these are called Wacky Packages Minis. This is super cool. So these are like, I would call them like Garbage Pail Kids almost. Like style, I don't know. These look so awesome for Plunderlings and Ninja Turtles especially. These are awesome, man. These are so cool. So this was like $5.99 or so. And there's a ton of these things. They've got like, they're all like puns. All of these are like puns or something gross or stupid. It's basically like, the way I was saying it, it was like if Mad TV made toys, this would be them. And like we said, we found these at Target in the toy aisle. There's a ton of them there to choose from. So check this out. This is cool. I decided, I bought 3 of these, but I decided I would keep one and open it live. Just thought it'd be kind of fun just to do. because I've got a few other ones already opened, and we were having a blast, man. Me and Ori and Clayton were just laughing just because they're stupid puns, and we were just kind of cracking up. It was really fun to kind of buy them all together. So this one right here, look at that. Chimps Ahoy. So we obviously know where that's going. And these are plastic. They're not like a cheap like paper or like a box or something like that. They do have a sticker on them, but still, this right here, this is pretty cool. So if you didn't like this, you could print out your own stickers or water slide decals, and you could put your own stuff on here. These are really, really cool. So you get this, and then I think you get 4 other ones in here. So obviously it's a mystery, and they come with like a little sticker. So I think you could actually look at that, dude. Corey will love this one. Jerkins Wild Soap. Oh man, wash out your mouth with Jerkins Wild Soap. Cleans up dirty words. Jerkins. So that's a little cheeky. Yeah, I know, right? Where's Julian at? He would be loving this stuff. So check it out. This is cool. Like, so each one is individually packaged inside too. So you can see one that you're going to get on the outside of the box. And then inside, they're all in these packages. And this is really cool. So you can see all of the ones that you can get here. And this is just one side. Like, there's all... Look at that, cram instead of spam. Unlucky charms. These are just great, man. They're like silly, ridiculous puns. And they're really cool, though, for figures, man. Like, these are right up our alley. Some are really well in scale. Some are larger. But I think those work with plunderlings and whatnot. But yeah, super, super cool. And then there's some that they consider, like, rare or whatever. I don't care about that. Either way. They also... This is the same company that makes these. These are really cool. I've actually got one of these. They do miniature figures on packaging. I think you guys have seen this. They do G.I. Joe, Power Rangers. I actually got one of the Power Rangers. I didn't know about the Turtles, so I'm definitely going to get all those 4. Horror, Masters of the Universe, Transformers. So, then they're like little tiny ones. I don't know if I've got... I don't know if I opened up... I have the Blue Rangers somewhere around here. I actually bought it not too long ago. I thought it looked really, really cool. They had them all there, but I decided just to get him just because he's my favorite. Oh, yeah, I think this might be it. Yeah, check these out. So, yeah, look at that. That's really cool. So, in, like, scale to, let's see, a Marvel Legend, you know, these are pretty awesome. Yep. So, anyways, these are really, really cool. These are a little expensive, but, I mean, they're cool for what they are, I guess. These I thought were great. These are only $5, $6 for props. I mean, you're getting some cool props. So let's see what we got. I'm excited. Oh, see? Look at this. Game, like, Top Secret instead of Pop Secret. I got one that said Lame Boy. It looks like the Game Boy box. Like, it's even got the little tab on top. And I thought that was pretty cool. This Top Secret... Oh, let's see what we got here. You have to be mad to eat it. Experimental popcorn. Oh, instead of Top Secret, it says shh, 8 bags of danger. 8 bags of danger. I love it. All right, let's see. We got 3 more. What we got? What's it gonna be? Yes, the Antimans. Ant form cake. Dude, I actually wanted this one. We saw this one there in the preview, and I was like, oh my god, this looks like Entenmann's. This is Antimans ant form cake. This is like, these are so perfect for Ninja Turtles. It's ridiculous. If you guys remember like the old Playmate stuff, man, they did all sorts of like weird stuff like that. And all those figures had like the weird sculpts and stuff like that. It's awesome. Oh, I have this one already, but Macaroni and Geese. Macaroni and Geese. The queasiest. The queasiest. Look at that. I actually have that one already, but that's cool. I can have 2 packages up on the shelf. Because it's the queasiest. Oh, and here, look at this. Oh, this is so good. Hurts pasty tomatoes. It says hurts your stomach. Pasty tomatoes. Oh, what does it say? Swallowing this stuff really hurts your stomach. That's so I don't know why I love these so much. I think these are awesome. I'm probably, if I pass by these again, I'm probably going to buy some more. There's a Snapple bottle that says Scrapple. I did buy there was one, I made sure to get it, and I was like, oh, this is too big. It doesn't make sense, but I wanted it anyways. It was a Tabasco bottle, and it says Fiasco on it. And it was just cool because it was a big Tabasco bottle. I love Tabasco sauce. Oh, here we go. I got them right here. Here's all the ones that I got, if you guys care to see them. So we've got these stickers here. They've got like Weekies instead of Wheaties. Frosted snakes, which is hilarious to me. Look how scared that Tony the Tiger knockoff looks. And then we've got Milk Drone, Sneak Attack Snacks, surprising flavor. The easy way to feed your dog. Milk Drone. Once again, macaroni and geese. Got a double. That's what happens. You know the game. This is pretty cool. Elapse. It's a gum, which is pretty cool. This is pretty huge though, but I think it looks really good with like I said, plunderlings and whatnot. Lame Boy. This is fantastic. This is probably my favorite one. I love this so much. It looks exactly like the box. It's like a kid and it's called Lame Boy. Compact Video MAME System. Oh, Lame Boy. It's not like he's lame. He's literally injured and lame. Like he can't move. Like he's lame. He's like covered in bandages. This is kind of offensive. Jeez. This is crazy. This is really cool here. Let's see, what does it say? Chocolate flavor. Turns milk into witch's brew. Evil time. It makes you spellbound. This is really, really cool. I like this jar a lot. I think it's really cool. I wish the top came off, which I bet you could make that removable. Skimpy. Skimpy. And instead of crunchy or creamy, it says crummy on it, which I thought was pretty funny. Crummy. It says crummy peanut butter. It's not even peanut, it's bean nut. These are weird. These are weird, and I think I just love them to death, man. Milk Foam brand dog toothbrush. Give your dog the brush. I don't even know what that means. Like, whoever made these was high, and I love it. It's just hilarious to me. Ditch Boy paint. Use this paint, then ditch your clothes. Slops on shirts, socks, and slacks. I don't know why. It's a paint can, though, and it's slightly opened there on the edge, which I thought was kind of cool. And then, of course, like I said, the Fiasco bottle. I think this is dope. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. This is cool. I mean, how cool is that? I think that's just fantastic. Yeah, and I've even got like a, oh, look at this. This would be pretty cool. So I've got I want to say these are those old dollhouse things that you can get at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, I could totally have them like doing a raid the fridge scene. Got some stuff in there already, but I bet, I wonder if these will fit. I think you might have to remove a shelf or two, but you could have like things in there. Yes, the boxes kind of fit. Those are pretty cool. These are a little bit bigger though, but yeah, you could totally fit these in there. Maybe they could fit in the bottom. You got like vegetables and stupid stuff in there right now, but yeah, these are pretty cool, man. I'm a fan. I think these are awesome. Like I said, we found them at Target. If you're looking for some fun little weird props, they're they're fully covered. Like the whole thing is, like I said, it's pretty cool. They're plastic, with stickers on them. These are awesome. Me and Clayton and Ori, we both bought them. We thought they were just funny, so we went ahead and all of us got like 2 of them. Ori was opening his before he even left. He like paid for it, and before we were out the door, he was already opening his. Man, he was ready. This was pretty funny, but yeah, something kind of fun for you guys. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. I forgot the bottom of the fridge. Forgot the freezer. There we go. We had a really good time. We're gonna be going to a. Oh yeah. There's one more. Look at that Nerds. Garlic flavored. I think it's supposed to be like a antacid. But I'm not sure what Nerds would be. Trying to figure out what that rhymes with or looks like. I would think Tums, but it ain't Tums. Keep these in a little baggie. Put these up. And these are kind of cool, these stickers. These would be cool for like dios or whatever. You could slap them on there. Probably weather them up or whatnot. Certs. Oh, duh. Thanks, Samurai. I don't know. I haven't heard of certs in so long. I think I'm going to keep this Tabasco bottle over there, though, with my with Cheddar. Since he's the one that's always into food. Man, these things are great. I hope you guys were able to get some of those Plunderlings fawns. I really do. They're going to be great for the collection. They're going to be super fun. Yeah, I'm really excited about those. All right, so last move of the night. Let's do. Let's pop these. Let's do Robin. Let me actually. I'm gonna pop these legs back on. And we'll start the tutorial that way because these are different. So all right, let's fire up the old Fizzone here. Yeah, Brian, with the Ninja Turtles, dude. They would be so good. Like, now that you mentioned that, I got another Roadkill Rodney. My buddy found them for me. So let's, I kind of want to take just a standard turtle. We'll, let's see. We'll just grab the best Ninja Turtle off the shelf real quick. Which is Donatello here. Obviously. And I just think these things look good with them. Especially, let's try the, these are, like, obviously some of these are just too big. Some of them fit really well. Some of them are just gigantic. But, like, I love this, like, macaroni and cheese box. I think that looks pretty good. And then, let's see, the Hertz stuff. That's pretty cool. It's a little big, but I don't know, man. Some of these are pretty great. I think they'll look really good on a shelf, especially in the background and whatnot. But like these, like a can of tomatoes could be really big. You know, you can always have a bigger deal of that. Having this all up in their kitchen, just a bunch of stuff. Ah, see, there you go, Brian. Brian says Donnie's his favorite, man. Hell yeah, that's the way to go. I've got a, man, my Donatello shelf is substantial, my friend. It's a big one. This is actually my favorite Donnie as well. Yep. Had to repaint his eyes, but I love it. I'm upset that I missed out on the bright green turtles, and then of course they're releasing the disguised turtles. And they're the dark green turtles. The dark green turtles are my favorite, but I skipped out on the bright green ones, and I don't know. I just haven't been able to find those. But I'm also looking for the NECA Phantom, and we haven't been able to find him anywhere. But it looks like he's going to be popping up this month. So from what I heard, that I think Ori told me that for the first month they're exclusive to Walmart, and then after that they're going to be everywhere else. So let's get to this. Let's get to this here. Nope. Come on. There you go. There you go. All right. What's going on, CREWMARU and Toy Canic fans? Today I'm bringing you another thigh mod tutorial. I just ran out of breath. Today I'm going to be bringing you a new tutorial on a McFarlane figure. This one is a little different, it looks like. This is the Damian Wayne figure, and I noticed right off the bat that he's different. The way you pop off the legs is simply grab them and twist. This is wild. This is a ball, basically ball pegs. This is new. They're not drop down hips, so they don't move. And you can just pop these off. Real simple. Generally, like any other figure, like here's a Red Hood nearby, generally you would have to take a flathead screwdriver and go in like so, and then pop these off. But not with Damian. Damian is a lot easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat these up. We're going to pop out these pegs, and we're going to see if this works the same way as any of the other ones. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe cutting it right here along this line. I believe that would work. From what I could tell, this is where it would cut. I think that would be pretty good. So we're going to try that. So what we're going to do first, like I said, is heat these up, pop out the pegs, and then we'll make our cuts. Right? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I'm all about it. I'm all about experimenting with the figures. This week's going to be different, man. It's going to be weird going back to the office, man. Like I said, I'm going to be losing this computer. So hopefully next Monday I'll be able to do a stream as well. If my other computers can hold up, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do both cameras. But I think I can find a way. I don't think you need too much processing power in order to run two cameras at the same time. I hope not. If not, then I guess I'm just going to have to find a way to get a new computer. Oh, what do we got going on here? This is definitely different. Sorry guys, I'm trying to, I don't know. Okay, we're going to heat this up real good. These are definitely different. Okay, so right off the bat I can tell that these are going to be definitely different. Trying to see just how different these things are. Oh yeah, look at that. These are definitely different than the other ones. I haven't seen one like this before. Caused a little damage right there, but that's not a problem. Like I said, I've caused damage on tons of these pegs before, and it doesn't affect the movement at all. But while we've got this heated up, let's make our cut. Let's see what we got going on here. This so this goes down pretty flush, and what I'm hoping is that we can cut below this and it still work. That looks like a pretty thin lip. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it, and hopefully this doesn't mess up my figure. I'm going to cut right along this line here, because I think that would look nice. Gives us kind of a guide. And won't break up our sculpt too bad. There's quite a gap, but I think it'll be all right. Pop that in. And we should just be able to pop this back on. Let's see. That's the right side. Yep, that's the right side. And now, got ourselves a thigh swivel. Yeah, that worked out really well, actually. Cool. Well, that was a fun experiment to do live. Now let's just pop this out and do the same thing. Whew! I was wondering, I popped it out, I was like, dang, that looks really, it's so different than usual, but that worked out really, really well. That looks awesome. Hey, Luca, I've got some materials that are on the way right now that, I think are going to work for me to repair that, Iron Man for you, dude. I got some plastic on the way. I have to rebuild basically the inside. So, don't think I forgot about you. I was really hoping you'd show up tonight too. Alright. So once again, we've heated this up. We'll go under the lip of this really weird peg. We just got to kind of go in further. And be very careful you don't slip and hurt yourself doing this. Man, this thing is not going to want to move. Look at that plastic, just bending like crazy. And sometimes this happens a lot. Sometimes I have to go back in twice to kind of reheat it. Try it again. These are weird, man. Sometimes they'll just pop right out, and then sometimes you just have to like really work on them. Yeah. Look at that. You can actually see the plastic kind of getting destroyed in there. So what we got to do is reheat this and try it again. Ugh, I hate it when they do that. So a lot of times what happens is you have to not only reheat it again, but also kind of work its way around the sides too to break free any plastic or whatnot. Or any paint that might be down in there. It looks like we're going to have to get all the way under this one. There we go. And just like with the first one, this one's a little more dinged up, but it's not going to matter. All we got to do is get rid of this little excess pieces. Just make sure that outer edge is smooth. And I've said this before, if you need to, you can bring out your Dremel. Ain't no big deal. Trim these little pieces off here. Just kind of shave down any of that junk that might have gotten damaged. You're never going to see this peg again. So this is also still very soft because it's a smaller, thinner plastic. So what we're going to do the exact same thing as we did a minute ago. We're going to cut right along the edge of this line right here. This is great. Let's get everything out of the way here. And we're going to use this line right there. We're just going to cut straight across and straight down. And it looks so like there's nothing there. Look at that. Like this is a crazy thin cut. I'm not gonna lie, when I first cut it, I was like, well, I messed that up. You know, which is part of the process. Sometimes that happens. But I didn't. It actually works really, really well. So that's good. And it actually works better if you it's a little easier if you go ahead and pop this piece on. See if we can get it in there. Yeah. Gives you something to kind of push into. Yeah, and now you've got Robin with thigh swivels. That's literally all it took. I wish you only had double knees and double elbows, but that's a mod for another day. And I guess we could, let's see, we can pop off the head real quick. And what we can do while we've got him here, if you guys haven't caught one of these before, this is a quick little, how to give him a little extra range in his neck. You want to find a drill bit that's about the same size as the peg here. Not the ball, the peg inside. You don't want it to be the size of the ball, you want it to be the size of the peg. Sorry, I just got to repeat that. And so what you do is you go in at an angle. From the back and in the front. Get rid of some of this junk. You don't want to go too crazy with it. You can kind of cut yourself a little slit there. You can sometimes cut a little divot in the front, and that helps too. Let's try to get rid of some of this junk. Let's take our razor blade, get rid of this excess plastic that seems to be wanting to hang around here. Generally, I'll just run my like Dremel around it. You can even sometimes take like a small little scoop out right there. That always helps. Gives the neck peg a little room to play. It's usually easier to do in the back because you can't see as much in the back. We'll take our head, we'll pop it back on. I hadn't actually planned on doing that during this video, but I decided let's do it. And now you can look way down and pretty far up too. Down, up, retains articulation. Get your thigh swivels. And now Robin's just a bit more equipped to be fighting crime with the Caped Crusader. With the Crepe Crusader. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something today, especially how to speak correctly. Enjoy this. Do it yourself. This was actually one of the easier ones, I guess. Just be very, very careful with your razor blades. And take your time. Be smart. Be safe. Take care out there. And I'll keep repairing. There we go. Does Bill have advice for Mafex Superman head articulation? What are you wanting to know? Like to add more? Most of the time, if you turn the neck piece around, you can get more out of it. That's what a casting cave taught me. So like right here. So actually, this is pretty good. I'm not sure what the issue is you're having. So you want him to look up more. So I guess more than that. Pretty. That's pretty good, I guess. Morphex. Yeah, I think you can just turn a lot of times if you just turn this piece around, you can get more out of it. I think it comes with it like in the front, the bend in the front. So yeah, if it comes like that, then you can't bend his head up very, very far. And then take it out, and then make sure the bend, like the angle, is in the front. And then boom. Looks up pretty good. So there you go. Be very careful though with the waist. You missed this earlier, but somebody sent me these. These are both broken, which is really, really, really sad. I've also seen a lot of reports of the S on the back, where the cape being like lopsided, like one side's longer than the other side, so that's kind of crappy. So be very careful with that. That's awful. Oh man, yeah, this is really in there. Oh, I think I'm gonna save these for tomorrow night. It's a lot to do in one night, guys. I gotta take a break at some point. But I hope you guys learned some stuff tonight. Hope your Monday was good, and I hope if it was crappy, it got better when you got here. That would make my day. That'd make me very happy. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to repair, for sure. I think I'm gonna use my new drill bit, or my new screws that I got. I accidentally bought the wrong screws that I usually use. So usually I use, let's see, do I even have one over here? I'm trying to find you guys I think I might have told you guys about this before, but in case I didn't, sorry, I've been trying to clean up and it seems like I just made a bigger mess instead. Grab me a screw here. So normally I buy these sizes, and I accidentally bought this size, and this thing is freaking awesome. Super cool. Oh, Samurai Chris, my dude. Man, I am so excited. I can't believe you're doing that. I really, really can't believe you're honest. I can't believe you're doing that. But you are a saint, dude. You're a freaking saint. It's so freaking cool. I'm excited, dude. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what your crazy Dio mind has come up with, man. But yeah, this is your package right here, Chris. So this will be, I'll try to ship this out tomorrow. Actually, yeah, I can ship it. I can print shipping labels right when I get off of here. So I got to do one for my buddy Ryan as well. My buddy Anthony, we all went in together and bought heads of the mask. He got a 3D printer, and check it out. This is pretty cool. I've only just kind of dusted these guys with some white paint, but let's see. I'll show you these. These are pretty cool. Let's tone down the light a little bit here. Oh, there we go. How's that? Maybe that's better. So this one right here is the mask when his eyes are all bulged out. And then this one is him smiling with the winky eye. And then this one, not so happy mask. And then this one is smiling, mischievous mask with not the winky eye. So these are really, really cool, man. These actually fit I've got 2 scales here, but these fit Marvel Legends bodies, and these are going to be real fun to play with, I think. I'm really excited for these. They, we all, like I said, we all went in on these, and I think these are going to be awesome. Anyway, just a fun little thing for you to see there. I kind of want to paint one orange for like my Toycanic, but I don't know. I'll probably just stick to the green because they've always been green. I actually bought, if you're going to get a hold of these or something, then he could probably print some more. If you guys want to pay for them, then yeah, I can hook you up with him. And then this right here, my buddy George Mesa, he told me this is the way to go. This is like the perfect green. It's like Verde Escorpina. Escorpina green from Game Color. Verde Escorpina. So, I guess that means green scorpion or scorpion green. I'm not sure if that's correct. So what it sounds like. Anyways, fun night, guys. Like I said, next live stream, who knows what's going to happen. It might look different. Hopefully the quality's not bad. Hopefully everything works out. We'll see what happens. Yeah, could be, it's going to be interesting. Maybe it'll be a good change. Everything happens for a good reason. Luca, you said what figs make a good mask body? Any body. Literally any body. Because the mask can go on anyone. They're fantastic. I don't know. I'm gonna do like jeans and a hoodie and some Converse to match some of the old covers. I think that'll be really fun. But yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. And yeah, like I said, I'm talking to Casting Cave that we might get some extra masks in because they're pretty much gone. So I really appreciate you guys, your support, getting those paying your hard-earned money for my mask and to be part of CREWMARU officially with your sweet masks on your figures. I can't wait to see all the photos that come of them. I'm really excited about that, and I love you guys. I appreciate you. But all right, I'm out. I'm done. I taught you guys everything I can teach you tonight. I'm too tired. I gotta go to sleep. No, I gotta go. Yeah, I do need to go to sleep. But all right, I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Take care out there.